Moet ek nog 'n swart sak kry?
Nee, ek dink ons is reg. Good afternoon.
Hallo.
I'm Eleanor, and this is my mum Gertie. We're from Deroy Sitcase. I forgot to introduce ourselves again yesterday. Apologies. So what we did yesterday is we painted a patio table, which we've now sealed the top, and we've made some clay flowers with our air dry clay that we posted on yesterday's live. So yeah, let's show them your pretty flowers. These are the flowers we did yesterday. You can see my fingers are still full of clay.
En die grootes?
These are the air drying clay flowers. The big ones, let's show them.
They're still wet.
That's okay. These are the big flowers we did.
But we want to bend them, eh?
Yeah, but we're going to put them onto the table, paint them and put them onto the table. And then also we're going to be stenciling today. Do you want to bring the camera to this side so that we can show them?
You want the blue, eh?
First of all.
Oh, are you going to do the shadow?
Yes, this is the table that we painted. I've just sealed it with a Petite Rouge lacquer. And this is a 80 by 80 stencil. This is our new diamond mandala stencil. So we have been busy designing new stencils for you guys. So today I want to do this in a white shadow stenciling. I just want to get some masking tape and then we can start painting.
Here's the white paint.
Thank you, Mom.
Can I put it on the edge?
Yeah. In the meantime, Oma's going to start painting the flowers in different colors, and then we'll show you how to put it on. I just put my stencil in place using a normal masking tape. I normally just eyeball it with the corners. I'm a bit out on that side. We did expect this table to bleed, but it didn't do any bleeding, so I, in any event, did a coat of chalk paint, Petite Rouge, and then did a coat of lacquer, and then painted a chalk paint again.
Do we want all the flowers in different colors?
Different colors, yeah. Hi Anita, hi Judith. So I'm very dirty at the moment because we've just done some making a huge batch of clay. Hi Stella, hi Tanya. So we've just made a huge batch of clay. It was 8 times the ingredients.
A major job.
Major job, and this is what we've got left now. We've done some of our flowers in it already. Hi Urina. Urina van der Linde. Van der Lel. This is our new diamond mandala stencil that we're going to be doing on the table. Just to give you a size indication, hi Jan, this is a 80 by 80 stencil, so it's not even the 90 by 90 normal stencil. So just so that you get an idea of how big it is, because people tend to order 90 by 90 stencils, and when they get them they say, oh, it's so huge. So just remember how big it is. I'm putting my stencil on with some masking tape. I'm going to be doing some shadow stenciling. I wanted to show you the doing it with the roller, but unfortunately someone used the roller and never washed it, so I have no more working rollers. So we're going to be using our stencil brushes. This is my big one. There you can see it. And this is a smaller one. So the smaller one is rather white, so I'm going to do the white with this and the blue over it with the darker one. It's quite a big brush. So now my plant.
Did she do the extra colors with water?
No, she just did the show. Give me that piece. So we're just painting the flowers we made, sorry, out of clay, different colors.
Eleanor, but I want to bring a little bit red in.
Yes, but let that color dry first.
Oh,
So
okay.
what you need is this the only rag we've got? Okay. You need a dry rag, Zelda, you need your stencil brushes, you need your paint. Are you going to use the parchment or the powdered wig?
I don't know where the powdered wig is.
Okay, so we'll be using the parchment for our first
Let me
layer
see.
color. Hello, Trudy.
Is that good enough?
Ag nee Trudy man. Maar die video is bly daar, so jy kan dit opvang as jy wil, hoor. Yes, that's going to be more than enough. I'm just going to put this brush away now because I'm not going to use it right now. So, once again, you need a dry cloth, you need your paint and you need your stencil brush. I've put the stencil on, just securing the edges with some masking tape. I dip my brush into the paint and I rub it off thoroughly so that when I test it on my hand, it's like blusher. Okay. Now this is how I do it. People do it differently. They tell you to dab it. I hate dabbing because your stencil goes like this. So I put my brush down and I start working in circular motions over my stencil, trying to keep my brush upright. Now normally I get quite curious and I want to see, so I don't think we're going to see today until we finish the whole stencil. This is our new diamond mandala stencil, which was manufactured this morning. So it's straight off the press. This is a 80 by 80 stencil. I'm using Petite Rouge parchment paint. Working in circular motions over my stencil. And I'm using very, very little paint. Hello, Nunu. So, the green color is Minty Macron from Petite Rouge. We've done a layer of Minty Macron and then we've sealed it because I was scared of bleed through. But we had no bleed through. So after the sealant, I did another coat of Minty Macron and I sealed it again. We're now stenciling on our first color with parchment. And Mama's painting pretty flowers. You want to give me what you've done, then I can quickly show them.
I think those big ones, we must do one color.
Yeah, red. You said red, didn't you?
Yes.
There is some yellow as well. Hi, Odette. So we're painting these little flowers different colors. So it's going to be a nice mixture of boho colors. And we didn't wait for the clay to dry, so we're painting it while it's still wet. It's not going to make a difference because we're going to be putting on the flowers while they're still wet.
Because we must bend them.
Yeah, because we need to bend them. That's why you put them on while they're wet. I'm using parchment from Petite Rouge. I'm painting on top of Minty Macron. The tabletop has been sealed with lacquer. Normally I would paint and I would stencil and I would seal only once. Hello Mari. But because I was scared of the bleed through, I sealed the project. and now only am I doing the stencil on. So we are going to need to seal it afterwards. I'm doing a shadow stenciling. My shadow this time is white or parchment, and then I'll put the blue over that.
And you cut the stencils to size. You don't,
Yeah.
if they want to order.
Oh yeah, if you want to order these stencils, they're not on the website yet, but they will go on probably tonight. And they will start from a 30 by 30 up until a 90 by 90. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Oh yeah, no. Okay, so very dry brush, little paint. I rub it off quite a lot, so it's a dry brush. Too much paint and you will smudge it underneath your stencil. I put my stencil brush upright and I go over my stencil. This is the new diamond mandala, and this is a 80 by 80 centimeters, just so that you can get an idea of how big it is. The table is a 58 centimeters. Hi Carol. So the table is 58 centimeters, so I thought I'll make the stencil 80 centimeter. That way there will be a little bit of an edge. I'm painting with the parchment from Petite Rouge. This is going to be our first color. We're going to be doing some shadow stenciling.
The comments are on your phone there.
On which phone? Yes. It's just people coming in saying hi. So yesterday we did the molding of the clay flowers. We used our own air drying clay recipe, which Anita so graciously supplied us with. We have posted the link on yesterday's live as well as the recipe. Today we've actually made 4 times that recipe. So we made a big batch because we need a lot of flowers. So this is our stash we still have left. We keep it in a bag with some oil so it doesn't dry out. And on this side, let's see if I can show you what's happening on that side. So on that side, I was painting all the flowers in different colors. I'm going to try put you back. Sorry for the motion. Okay. What are you missing for what?
The flowers.
Did you make a certain quantity of each flower?
I made eight of each. Except these round ones, I wasn't sure. I thought that was not successful.
But these round ones, I want to show you what happened with them. They're actually cracking because the clay cracks. We did these mandala type, and they cracked, and then I cut them to see if we can't use half and half, because it doesn't have to be perfect. So yeah, you can even do half and half if you want. These might be nice with a yellow core and then an orange flower and then a red flower.
That's what I said, but you said paint one color
No,
first.
no, those would be that nice like that. But I'm talking about that big flowers. The big flowers we want to use on the corner of the table. All of these are going on the side where the side of the table is. This is the size of the big flower. So we want to fold it around the leg of the table.
And you want to put black in still before we do it?
Yes, yes. So it goes totally red. Paint the core black and then do some yellow speckles in between.
Spots.
Spots. It's like the stick story the other day. So I'm just painting my stencil with the parchment from Petite Rouge. I use very little paint, so it's like almost like a blusher if you taste it. This is the first color we're going to be doing. And if your paint is up on your cloth, you just dab more paint and dry your brush. I was looking for a roller this morning, but someone used it and didn't wash it, so the rollers are dead.
That's the only thing. If you paint, wash it immediately.
Yeah, if you leave the chalk paint on the brush and you don't wash it, it's gonna be hard tomorrow
It'll
morning.
be ruined.
So there we go. I did tell you yesterday about the new the new brush cleaner we got in, which smells like oranges. It cleans any kind of paint, oil paint, acrylic paint, chalk paint. So we will have this in stock when the lockdown goes open. Hello Gansbaai. Michelle, how's the weather today? Do you still have rain? It's nice to see where you're all from. Hi Lorraine. Lorraine is my neighbor close by. So
As
she's
well as Anita.
as well as Anita.
They
so
can jump in their car quickly and come and help.
No, they can't. They're in lockdown under no circumstance. So I'm using parchment from Petite Rouge. I'm just stenciling over my stencil. This is going to be a shadow stencil, and my shadow color is going to be parchment. Is this beigey color? I knew we had to bring in beige somewhere. Mom loves beige. White and beige. So this is our new diamond mandala stencil. Be the first to see it finished in action. I do tape my stencils down with some masking tape. I am not very fond of the spray glue, as I've had too many pieces that lifted because of it, so I don't like using the spray glue too much, unless of course you're doing a wall, then it's a total different story. The rest of the time masking tape just works perfect, and it's cheap and affordable. I'm not going to peek today because we're all going to peek together. So I'm going to finish it up and then take it off, and then you can have a look. We are filming again in the garden. So that's the birds here and the menu here talking. Hopefully we won't have any barking dogs today.
No, I'll put them in the room.
They've been banned from the premises for an hour. Thank you, Lorraine. Lorraine is saying good afternoon, you lovely ladies. The table's looking awesome. Yeah, we're probably going to be busy with this table still the rest of the week. Remember, this week's challenge is patio, outdoor, outside, even if it's your balcony. If you don't have a balcony and you don't have a garden, just pick something in your house that you want to revamp. Take a photo of it and paste it on our page. And let's all share the creativity and the initiative and the inspiration during this difficult time. All right, are you ready? Can we lift this? Like a lady said the other day, let's lift this bad boy. Okay, so I've done one coat of parchment. I'm going to be doing a shadow stenciling. So the first thing I do is I just remove my masking tape.
Beep, me beep.
Now we're all going to peep together. Alright, so here we go. You're going to see first.
Beautiful.
Okay, quite nice. I'll take you in for a view now.
It's going to be more beautiful when the blue is on.
Tell us what you think.
It's the shadow stenciling, that's the white first.
And the lady commenting there in the back is doing this. She's painting all the paper clay flowers that we're going to be putting on the side of the table. Right, let's see if I've got you back in position. Alright, so now, because I started on this side is dry already because I've used such a little amount of paint. So now with the shadow stenciling, I'm going to follow the same route I did. I'm going to start off here and then go around and come back. So, thanks Carol. Dankie Zelda. I'm now going to take the same stencil and put it on, and I'll show you how to move it. So this is our first layer. This is basically going to be our shadow. Thanks Judith. Thanks Jan. Alright, so I firstly put my stencil back exactly where it was. Now turn it around. I got it in now. See that it's not perfectly square. That's not good. Alright, are we in? No, still not. I've moved it around now. Okay, there we go. Fourth time lucky. So it's exactly on like it was. Now I need to move it. Someone wants to borrow you after lockdown. I can't see who it was. The messages scroll quite...
Borrowing me for what?
Just to come and visit them. The messages scroll quite quickly on our side, so sometimes we miss who said it. So, yeah. So the stencil is on
Any
exactly
time for a visit.
how it was. I'll just show you quick. So you see it's exactly on like it was. Now I need to move it a bit. So do you want to go right or left, Ma? Which way do you want it?
Right or left what?
Which way am I moving?
Whatever.
Alright, so I'm going to move it about 0.5 centimeter to the right. And today I'm going to take it down a bit so that you've got like a skew shadow. And I move it down a bit. And it doesn't look like it fits on because it's not supposed to look that way. Because now you're going to do the top color. And I put my masking tape in place again so that my stencil doesn't move. Now someone close this thing.
Because remember, it was spilled in your room the other night.
I remember.
So we close it properly now.
There were people running around in my room and they spilled a whole liter of paint.
Luckily it's a tiled floor.
Yes. Okay, so here we go. It's opening. You do get an opener for these, but I never have one around when I need one.
Here's a knife.
It's okay. So we're using the Bonaparte blue from Petit Rouge to do our top layer.
The same as what the legs are.
Yes, the same color as we used on the legs. And we're using this big stencil brush. You can see it's quite big. And now remember, like I showed you last time, if you stenciled on a piece of cloth, you need to now turn it over so that you don't press your brush in that white paint. Okay, so now we're starting afresh. I'm so scared I'm gonna throw this out. I'm using quite a lot now. I'm putting it down and I'm rubbing my brush thoroughly. It is quite a vibrant color, so you need to make sure. Hi Angela, you wipe your brush quite thoroughly. Alright, putting it down and working in circular motion. Now it is going to pick up some of the lighter paint underneath, but we're not too much worried about it because the blue is such a strong color, it will overpower it in any event. As you can see, these brushes are actually made for floors and walls and big stencils. So they are the perfect ones to use.
Is this not for cloth?
No, it's just an old dollar paint. We've scratched together all our pieces of paint to do these flowers. So there's some odd paint brands and stuff there.
Because Mom wants it colorful.
Yes, and some
Believe
of
it or not.
my acrylic paints that I paint with. So there you go, this is the type of color we're after. I'm just working in circular motions over my stencil. The stencil is 80 by 80 centimeters. Hello Andrew. It is quite a big stencil, but it's perfect for the table. The table is 85 centimeters, so I made it a little bit smaller so that you still have a bit of an edge around your table. I'm using the Petit Rouge Bonaparte blue. It's the bright blue. And I'm moving over my stencil with my brush. This one actually goes much quicker than the other brush.
The big one.
It's losing some hair though. We don't need it to be quite perfect because it is a bit of a bohemian finish. So it is going to look a little bit aged. That's fine. That's how we want it. For you that weren't here yesterday, we shared the other link with you for the air dry clay. So on that side, Liva Oma is painting all her air dry clay. I'll show you again. She actually paints quite quickly, doesn't she? This clay is still wet, so we want to put it on while it is still wet, so that we can mold it around the legs of the table. How's everyone doing? Are you still surviving after the president's announcement last night? Remember, this week is the patio or outdoor week, so if you've got any pictures that you want to share with us on the page, please do. Anything you've remade. Urina, we cut stencils. That's the Roy Sitkai stencils. So this is what we do. We make big stencils. We make any stencil from 10 by 10 centimeter up to 1.3 meter by 90 centimeters. So that's what we do. We've got another page for that. It's called the Roy Sitkai stencils, and we've got a website as well. So if you want to check it out, you are welcome to. This is the diamond mandala. It's a brand new one. It's not on the website yet. It will only be uploaded tonight. So it's the first time you guys are seeing it today.
I'm the lucky one.
Mom's the lucky one. It's the diamond mandala.
And she's painting it for me.
Mm. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. That's how you catch me normally. Can you do this thing for me in mosaics, please? And then it takes me 2 weeks. So, yeah.
Before we finish this show, I must actually show them that tray. It is beautiful.
Many moons ago.
Beautiful.
So, while I've got you guys on here, hi Rosemary. I saw a nice video last night of someone making marbling paper. Just using stuff you've got at home like Q-Tex and water and just normal paper. So yeah, if you guys want us to do a little tutorial about that, that looks like quite a fun craft to do. Maybe for all you journalists out there that do want to make your own paper for your signature pages in your journals. That looks like an awesome craft. Also, if you've got some ideas of what we should be doing, share with us your ideas.
We're also busy with the hearts and that little drum of mine.
Yeah, we're busy with some hearts that we cracked, and then what do you call those drums? It's not a washing drum. It's like a hat box. So just to recap on what we did on this table, I was a bit afraid that we will have bleed through. So we painted one coat of Petite Rouge chalk paint. I then sealed it with a lacquer once it was dry. Normally if you've got bleed through, it will show up after you seal it. And we were very lucky we had no bleed through. So then I just did the second coat. And I've sealed the top. I have not sealed the legs yet because we are going to be doing detailing on the legs. So I've just sealed the top and now I'm doing a shadow stencil. My first color was parchment from Petite Rouge, and my second one is Bonaparte from Petite Rouge. We are in the garden again today, so you can hear the men talk and you can hear the birds. I think the dogs are okay for today. Mom's closed them in the bedroom. Alright, so I want to have it a bit weathered like that. It's going to have a bohemian feel. I'm just going to take you in.
Now are we peeping it?
I think we are. What do you think? Does it need another coat? Or can we peep? I actually like it this way more.
Yes, I think it's lovely.
You do see a bit of the white.
You know what you must also do?
Yeah.
That very first one that you showed me this morning of that of the ladies.
Oh yeah.
That is also beautiful.
I just want to move my lappy and then we can have a bit of a look. Alright, so now I'm going to take off the stenciling and we can have a look together. Dankie Nunu. Sy sê dit lyk klaar mooi. I've just put my stencil on with some masking tape. Alright, are you ready for the big reveal?
Beautiful. Dis baie mooi.
So normally I do a shadow stenciling with a darker color. Today I've just swapped it around a bit. I'll take you in if you want to have a look.
It's beautiful.
I've made some boo-boos here and there, but that's okay.
Is that nie mooi nie?
Yeah, okay, so this thing, let it just dry for 2 minutes and we can work on the... Yeah, if you can maybe just help me turn the table, then we can work on it. Thank you, Nina.
Cameraman.
This is what the lady is painting. Lyk ons tyd.
Ja, ons het genoeg
Ons gaan hom so draai dat ons op hierdie bene hierdie kant sit, né?
And now I want to do...
Right, nou moet ons die hele storie nader trek.
Which one, Eleanor?
I don't know, it's up to you. Alright. So, now just move it. Now our table has been turned over because we're going to be working on this side. Dankie Michelle. Dankie
Just a minute
Stella.
now before we do, because now we have to color it in a bit,
I
shading
will
it a bit.
colour it in for you, Ma. Alright, Ma wants a red blommer to be coloured in a bit. So,
All of them.
yes.
With
This
what
is
now?
the flower that we want to colour in. Dankie Zelda. Dankie Urina. So now I just want to add some detail in the middle. Do we have a bit of a black here? Yeah, we've got so many paints here.
Black in the box.
Yeah, I've got some black paint. Many years ago. Some of my paints are very old because I do paintings with them.
You're out of the reach of the camera now.
Yes, I'm going to show them closer. So this is our flower. I just want to enter a bit of a core piece into my flower. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just going to let that sit a while and then just do some yellow specks around it.
Yeah.
Dankie Maureen. She says she can't wait for the final. So here's another big red flower. We're going to bend these around the corners of the table feet.
That's why they're still wet.
Just doing a bit of a corner. The center seems to be a bit small for the size of flower though. I would actually like to make it a bit bigger. That's the nice thing about the clays, you can paint it while it's still wet. They have not dried yet.
But I think some of them need that little piece in the middle. Must be a little yellow dot, don't you think?
We will do some yellow dots onto it. Do you want some black on the other flowers as well?
Let me see. No, only on those.
Not on the smaller
No.
ones. Okay.
At the center,
Well, it's now up to you. You need to talk now forever hold your peace.
I don't want black.
You don't want it? Okay. Right, now these should be almost dry. I'm going to take some of
You
these.
said you wanted the big ones first.
Yes. I just first want to get some of
I haven't painted them
yellow.
all now because we must look at the first lot. That's
So
not
let's do
getting-
the corners and then we can slot the rest in.
Yes.
Just so they see what we are on about because
Yes.
they don't know what we are planning here.
Show them that we keep
I
big
can't-
again.
Can't have it. I don't have it now.
Okay, I'll get the
Alright, so
phone
now I just want to add some yellow pieces here and there.
and then that little one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Looks better on camera though.
Yes, that's pretty.
Just here and there.
Yeah.
We are going to be going over with quite a lot of gold afterwards once they're stuck on. It's not very
We have
artistic,
to
is it?
decide about these 4 big ones.
Which 4 big ones?
These.
Yeah, I think let's get the 2 corners in.
Yes, and
And
we
then you
decide.
can set the, because I can tell you now you don't have enough You don't have enough of
Yeah, but
those
you're not
flowers.
doing the whole table. You're only doing up to a point.
You can't stop halfway.
No, the middle has got that little stencil in, remember?
Okay. So you only basically want the corners.
Yes.
Okay. And that's how
Oh, well,
ideas
I
change.
don't know. We'll see when we've done it.
That's how ideas change while you're busy with them.
Yes.
Luckily. Alright, so now we've got 4 of them. Let's start putting them on. Ma, I might need your help there.
Yes. I just want
I just want to get
to see
the 2
what's
dries
happening here.
ones. I don't know. And let's maybe just put a lid on this paint because
I just want to show them the pic of the table with the doing
this is our inspiration that Mom's going to show you. We saw this at a lady called Debbie Beard from Debbie's Design Diaries. It's a cabinet she made. And use that inspiration on the corners of the table. So do you want to come past and then I go
just
that
want
way
to
around?
find it.
You're painting quite quickly, Mom. You need some purple.
That's what it looks like.
So those flowers are all done in air dry clay. It's then painted in each individual color, and then while it's wet it's put onto the cabinet. So we want to try and use her inspiration to do our patio table. Hi Irina. So what we've got in the margarine bowl is just some good old-fashioned wood glue. I just want to move this here so that you guys can see. Now I'm going to move the camera so that you can see on the corners.
Can I close this black paint?
Yes, I think so. Alright, bringing you back to the table.
Okay, what must I do?
So we're going to be working on this corner now. So my clay is still wet. It's still bendable.
And that's it.
I turn it around and I put quite a lot amount of wood glue on, making sure I cover especially the edges.
This is the stuff that we must get
For making the clay.
although I think Dad had the same, but his was just a bit thicker.
We shared the recipe of the air drying clay yesterday on the live. There's a YouTube link, and I've written out the recipe for Jackie Boshoff as well. So if you want to pick up the recipe for the air drying clay, you are welcome to. So you see, I'm just making sure that all the edges are well covered with the glue, because that's what's going to keep your piece to your table. Just normal wood glue, the clay is still wet. We've just painted it while it was wet. Alright, so now,
Oh, I thought you were starting here.
now I'm going to do, we're putting it on the corner and just bending it around the corner of the table, pressing slightly that you don't damage the clay.
Shall I do the next one?
Yeah, that one I'm going to bring them in while we put it on. So just lightly press it and keep it in place. Obviously, if you're going to lift your table now, it's going to fall off. So you need to keep it like this now until the wood is set. You can always use a hair dryer or a heat gun if you want to speed up the drying process a bit. Alright.
Is that too much?
Oh, that's good. That's good. Maybe just do it in front of the camera. Come around and I'll hold the paint for you.
The paint or the
Oh, the glue. We're just using normal wood glue for this. Ja, Louise, dit is 'n seën vir my. Seën om saam met ma te kan craft.
En vir my Louise, want sy help vir my goedjies mooi maak.
Alright, so we're just putting up a good layer of the wood glue, making sure that you cover the edges fairly well.
Dink dis reg?
Okay,
Net bietjie in die middel.
so 'n bietjie. Ek wil net kyk dat hulle net op ma se hande is terwyl ma plak.
Nee, jy kan plak. Daar's hy.
Nou die first hand. Alright, so I'm hoping you guys can see. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that center is in the middle of the leg. It is going to crack. That's normal with any clay.
The pieces of glue that you see here now, will it go?
Away, yeah. The wood dries clear. So yeah. So I'm just molding it around the corner of the leg. Yeah, the blommies making is quite nice, Judith. She wants to make some blommies with the clay. So we just hold this together.
The only thing is when you've got your mold, you must put a little bit of your maizena dusted inside, then it slips out quite quickly.
Yeah, the cornstarch.
Whereas
Yeah.
we've tried the spray and cook. The spray and cook, when you paint it, fades your paint.
Because I'm going to take you in just to show you how it looks. Hi, Danila. So this is what we've done on the corners. Hoping you guys can see. And then this is the stencil we've done, shadow stenciling, using the diamond mandala. So that's where we are at now.
Did we not have a little brush?
We did. I left it here with the glue. Oops, sorry guys. Hope you're not getting seasick. So should I start sticking all the rest?
Okay, now must I just go like so a little bit?
You can do whatever you want. It's your flower keys.
And then when we do the gold, then we can just dust it a bit.
Yes. So now we're just going to continue with the same principle of sticking the flowers with the wood glue to the bottom side of the table. You do want to keep it like this until it's dry. Okay, Maureen. She says the internet keeps on disconnecting. She'll catch it on.
Oh, we
later.
also had that
Yeah,
problem.
we've had huge internet problems. Alright, and now I start sticking my flowers down. Do you want them like equally more? If I use a pink flower there, do you want me to use a pink flower there? Or can I mix it up?
Mix it up. It doesn't have to be the same.
Alright. She's given me creative freedom.
Is this too much?
No, I like that. Oh, you're still busy with those? Okay. Excuse. I'm too quick. And now, the whole idea of this is to stick them here and there on top of each other. This one is dried, so I can't do that. But some of the wetter ones more. Do you see?
Sien Louise het sulke lekker konfyt gekook.
Dit is 'n ander Louise.
O. Ek dink ons Louise van die plaas.
Nee. Dis Louise brand wat nou met ons praat. Okay, so I just stick them on top of each other. I'll take you in. You see where we're going with this? And I need a little white blommetjie. Ag, 'n yellow blommetjie.
Ek sien dit ek kom ingekleed.
Nee,
O,
hy's te klein om in te kleed.
ja, dit
I've got enough orange now. I need some more red. But you're still busy with the red.
I want to put shall I put
I'm gonna do the orange
shall
on
I
this
put
one.
orange on the red?
Yes. Or you can do yellow, but I think orange would be fine. So once again, we're just using normal wood glue, making sure that the glue goes to the edges of the clay. The clay is still wet. We're still going to be putting some leaves in between. We haven't made the leaves
made
yet.
the leaves yet. I'll work on that.
The researching the garden to paint the project. So once again, just putting the glue to the edge of your flower. These are the air drying clay recipe that we've shared. Regtig vlooi.
Vloei.
Ons het 'n mal op.
Vlooitjie. They need a bath. Is that too much?
No, I'm liking that. This one's still wet.
Yes.
Oh, excellent. So, if it is still wet, you can...
The only ones that's dry is these little ones.
Okay. If it is still wet, you can actually fold it around.
But when
flowers.
it's dry, I want to put a little bit of gold on it as well.
Okay. Just moving your glue to the edge of the flower. The clay recipe yesterday. So you guys are welcome to go and take it down there in the live from yesterday. I've shared a YouTube link and I've posted the actual ingredients. So just to show you what I've done here. What's your time, Mom?
5-2.
Is I've actually bended. I've bended over a flower.
And then the leaves will stick in afterwards.
Yeah, I'm not sticking the leaves here and then. And you have some more bloemmetjies for me. So Mom said I could use my own discretion. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. So I'm happy about that.
What must I do with
The pink ones, you can use a little bit of red. It's up to you. I'm just molding it around my other flower. And if it's cracking, it's okay. We're still going to be dusting this with some gold afterwards. So you're honestly not going to see those cracks. I need a little yellow thingy madori.
There's
I'll just take this
No,
one.
wait, I must put something in it.
Okay. Alright, I'll wait. You must tell me how far I need to go. You said you made 4 of each.
Yes. So I have to make for the other legs as well.
You thought you were done.
No, I've been painted.
Oh, okay. We made a whole lot of clay so to make enough flowers for this
We'll
whole
decide
table.
if we need more flowers. We can just overstretch a bit.
And you just lay them like you want them. This one can also go a bit over. And then of course you need to keep your table in place like this until it dries. Because if you move it now, like this flower is falling off. Go back. If you move it now, it's going to fall off like this one. I might need to put something here. Because you can always keep it in place with some tape, hey Mom?
Yes.
Then it's not going to go anywhere. Luckily for us, this glue dries clear, so you don't need to worry about glue marks sitting. This one needs to just go back, stay in place. I might tape it. So you put a piece of tape over it so that it can't go anywhere.
What color do you want me to put on the
Thanks,
lilac?
Lydia.
White?
The feet was Petit Rouge Bonaparte. The top was done with Minty Macron. And I've stenciled using parchment and Bonaparte. So yeah, those are the colors. And these we've just used odd bits and ends of our paint that we've got left.
That's fine.
Yeah, there's still a purple.
This color or the lighter one?
I like that one. Now you need to tell me more. Is this now enough, or do you want some more cooked in here?
Look, we're going to have the leaves still.
Okay, so we should leave space for some leaves.
And that side as well.
And these medallions?
They're too big.
No, look here. You can still fit in a medallion here. I think the medallions would look nice, but you need to paint them.
Yes, I will.
Alright. What's our time looking like? 3 o'clock.
Almost.
So, just remember this week, we're going to be logging off now. This week's challenge is, let me just see you again. Hi Sanette, hi Surita. We're logging off, but you can catch it on the replay. So, it's still, my head is a bit longer.
Where am I?
Yeah, let's get moving to Mama. Alright, so there we go. Perfect. So this week's challenge
Go down.
is patio or garden or balcony. So anything that you've done in your garden or on your patio, you must please take photos and share with us on our page. And then if everything goes well, we will see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock working on the patio table. Hope you've got a lovely evening.
Bye.
Bye bye.